Look at this here. Let me get my hat over here. Get my old hat.
Your trusty hat.
Yeah. No, give me my sombrero over there, honey. Gotta be dressed for the occasion.
Why is that?
Well, we're gonna go out to lunch, right?
Sure, but why the sombrero?
Well, because we might go do Mexican. We don't know. They might not even be anybody in here today.
I don't know.
We don't care, do we? Let's bring this down a little bit lower.
You remember those? You know how you make the best orange chicken?
Yeah, I love orange chicken.
Yeah, I know. I love it too. But do you think that you could do it the same way, only instead of using the orange chicken sauce, the orange sauce, but with a teriyaki? Do it the same way?
I think you probably could. It would probably be not as sweet and have more of a
Well, teriyaki is sweet.
teriyaki chicken is good. I could do.
Maybe we could do that next week
Instead of making you orange chicken, I'll make teriyaki chicken.
with some rice.
Yeah, of course. And we'll have the rice served, and you just scoop you out a hole and throw the teriyaki chicken with
But
some of the broth.
it'd be like a double fry kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Well, oh, hang on. There was somebody came on, then they went away. They went, oh, hell, look at that thing. Shit. Oh, shit. That's scary.
yeah, I was
I
thinking
see
of
I've
fixing something like that.
got a string here hanging back here. Honey, pull that string over that. Pull that string that way, the other way. That's it. Yeah. So it
But yeah,
won't be.
but I was
So it won't be hanging in
thinking
my
I could
neck.
fix that something like that for maybe next week.
For anybody that can hear, that's not didn't want to be visible. We're only going to be on for a short period of time. We're going to go to.
We're gonna go find somewhere to eat.
We're going to go. I know where we're going. We're going to Danville, Alabama.
Which is
For
only about an hour or so away.
It's about an hour from here. We're going to drive about an hour. We're going to go directly up there and eat, and then we'll stop by at the
and I'll pick up my groceries
at the Amish
bakery
there.
Oh,
And,
that place is wonderful.
oh yeah, we're going to load up some more
If you're ever
supplies.
in that area, stop by. What is it? Anna Mary's Bakery.
What anime?
Anna Mary's.
Anna,
I think it's Anna Mary's.
Anna Mary's Bakery up in near
If you're
Danville.
ever in that area, stop by. The people are so nice.
We're going to go to Danville today for lunch. I have a restaurant I would highly recommend anybody that is in the Alabama up towards Moulton, Alabama. It's 44 miles from here. We're going to ride up and have lunch up at the Amish. Is it Amish or it's Amish or Mennonite?
I think it's Mennonite.
Oh, up at the Mennonite restaurant. It's a buffet style, but oh my God, it's all hand cooked. It's it's
and people are so nice.
The people are really nice. Of course, they dress in their Amish clothes or Mennonite clothes, and they just beautiful people. We've been going there for years. I
was only there for the first time last year.
I have a huge ham radio group that we go up there quite often. We haven't been up in years because I haven't been on the radio and for quite a while.
Has it been 5 years? It's been like what, 5 years?
No, it's 2 years.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that.
No, I was on the radio, when Mom passed away.
Yeah, but it feels longer.
I know it has been it's been a trying 2 years, but we're getting through it. You have learned how to mop floors, which you never knew before, right?
I sort of knew.
Well, but you didn't have to.
I didn't do it.
Mom did it. But now you know how to mop a floor, don't you?
Yeah, I know how to.
And who instructed you on how to mop a floor?
You.
Yeah, that's right.
But who knows who cooks better than they did before? Me.
You're doing really good.
My cooking has gotten a lot better.
You have, well, I remember the training period of time we used to cook together all the
Yeah, but
time.
now I'm a solo cook.
And remember all the experimental casseroles we did?
Oh God. Oh, that tater tot casserole
Oh, the tater tot
with
was,
with the black beans.
yeah,
Oh,
the layer of
you
tater
gotta make that
tot,
again.
layer of tater tots,
Oh,
a layer
gotta
of
show me how
black
to-
beans, a layer of cheese, and then a layer of meat sauce.
No, it's taco meat.
Taco meat. Oh, it was that taco meat. Yeah, bought in a tube. Taco meat. It's like sausage mixed up with
It's pork
Mexican
taco
flavor.
meat.
It's called. We bought it at Piggly Wiggly. It's called.
I don't remember the brand
I
name.
believe it's called taco sausage.
Yeah.
Taco
taco
sausage. And we put that. We made the meat sauce taco sausage, and then we've done layers, and we covered the top part. And oh, what I did is I put American cheese like Velveeta.
No, that wasn't. It wasn't a Velveeta.
I-
It was queso.
Oh, I use quesos cheese, out of the jar. We dipped quesos, and we only put blotches, tablespoon here, tablespoon there, so the flavor would congeal down into all those tater tots and then black beans, and then we covered the top in.
More tater tots.
No, we had tater tot, but we covered the top of the tater tots with shredded cheddar cheese.
Yeah, and black beans
Sharp.
went in the filling.
Yeah, there was, yeah. Oh my gosh! Of course, don't forget we had onions in our meat sauce.
No, we didn't use onions, did we? Oh,
Out of the
okay.
shaker.
Sprinkle onions.
Yeah, the chipped onions are
Dehydrated.
onion flakes.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about real onions.
I love real onions.
Not me.
But you eat them, honey.
I do eat them,
Or
but
do you go secretly off in the area
I
and
know,
pick
but
every little
as a
minute?
consensus, I'm not crazy about them.
Well, I mean, you don't like.
I
What
don't like
else?
Brussels sprouts.
Huh?
I don't like Brussels sprouts.
You love Brussels?
I
You
do
like?
not.
Oh, you like broccoli?
I like broccoli.
Okay.
You don't like broccoli.
I don't. No, I don't do
I
none of
love
that. I try to.
You
Now
steer
I
clear
like
of
those little. I ate the little things
them. They
look
look
like
like little trees.
little baby cabbages. What are those? That's
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels. No, the little round, like little cabbages.
Brussels sprouts.
What are them things you eat all the time when we go to the restaurant? It's not Brussels.
Zucchini?
Huh?
Zucchini?
No, that salad you always get.
Oh, when we go to the Chinese place? The
Wherever.
broccoli salad.
Wherever you get a salad,
Yeah.
them green things you put on there. I thought that was Brussels sprout.
No.
What is that called?
I don't remember.
Oh,
If I saw it, I would know, but right now
was it broccoli?
I love broccoli.
That's what you've been getting,
that's what I did.
broccoli.
I
So
love
Brussels sprouts are little cabbage. Brussels sprouts,
Well, broccoli looks like little trees.
little what? No, I don't know little tree. The little round things that look like little cabbages, little heads of cabbage.
Cauliflower?
No, no cauliflower.
I'm just doing this to annoy you.
You are annoying me. I can backhand you from right here.
I'd like to see you try. Get that.
How many would like to see me backhand her while she's sitting over grinning like a possum eating peach seeds? Where'd your little dog go?
He's right here.
Oh, he's sleeping. Hey, Thomas Bailey. Brussels sprouts are little round things. See?
But they look like little cabbages.
That's what I said, little
Yeah,
cabbages.
that's what I said. Brussels sprouts.
A while ago, you said they look like little trees.
Well, you were still on the thought of broccoli.
Oh, them's the only green ones I like. Them little things.
I thought you didn't like Brussels sprouts.
Now go on and get.
Never. All right, come on. I can see we're not wanted.
Get your butt on up out of here. This is man work.
It's a woman's world. Men just live in it.
Yeah, I call you if I need anything. Let me see. I'll give you a ring. I'll ring you up if I need you.
Yeah.
Don't come back till I call you.
Bite me.
Oh, bye. Yeah, broccoli. She eats all that broccoli crap, and the only ones I like is the Brussels sprout with butter. Brussels sprouts with butter. And we eat a lot of vegetables. Hey, little buddy. Well, we're not going to be on very long, so we won't bore y'all folks to death. But Yeah, broccoli looked like a little tree on a stalk. I have eaten it, but it's not one of those things I wake up in the morning craving, you know. Uh, I've eaten okra, a lot of fried okra, but my daddy would eat that stuff boiled okra. You could swallow it and spit it right back up. It was so slimy. It would ooze down your throat. It'd come right back up. When we was kids, we'd tie a string on the little bitty stem and then swallow it and then pull it back out. I know it's pretty gross, but we was pretty gross. We'd eat salmon patties and pick the little bones out, you know, and anybody found a full, complete backbone, you know, the real round circle of bone, they got the best prize of the day. They got another salmon patty. We didn't have toys to play with when we was kids, but we found the ways of entertaining ourselves by, you know, making up stuff. Things to do. Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm waiting. We're gonna leave here before noon. It's a 44-mile drive up to Danville, Alabama. The restaurant name is the Old Cook Stove. You can look it up on the Google if you do Google, and Danville, the Old Cook Stove. The Old Cook Stove. They always have hams that was processed right there, right by the restaurant out there where the farms are. They always have everything fresh. It comes from the farms. Everything is so good. They make homemade ice cream of many flavors. They make German chocolate cake, German Bavarian creams. They make all kinds of German foods, and it's a buffet style. And oh my gosh, it's good. They got many different types of beans. They got chicken cooked in a lot of different ways. They got steak. They got pork chops, um, beef stew. You name it, they got it there. And it's a reasonable meal. I believe it's like $15 for one, 15 or $17, something like that. But it's really good, and the people are so good. One year, we went there, a bunch of ham folks, and we found out one of the waitresses that had been waiting on us for years. Her mother used to wait on us, and we asked about the mother, and come to find out the mother had cancer. And so all of us here at the table, we always started pulling out, pulled out a bunch of these things here, and started, you know, everybody was going around the table, and we got a stack of these things here. That made people oh my God, the little girl, she cried. She didn't know how much we loved her mother. Her mother was a really a good human being, a God-fearing woman, and had always a pleasant smile on her face. I had just came out of cancer myself, so I knew the ramifications of the treatments. So I went out. They gathered up some money for the girl, for the mother. It was really just a good moment. It happened to be, I believe, at Christmas time too. So there was a lot of Christmas spirit there. I went to a restaurant in Coleman called Jack's, not Jack in the Box or Jack's. It was a Jack's restaurant, and not the chain of Jack's. It's all over Alabama, but Jack was a guy that ran a truck stop, and we eat there a lot. And this little lady, my wife and I was there, and this little lady, um, she had been serving us for 20 years, and she'd a little bit stooped in her shoulders, and she'd carried a lot of plates of food. She had been at that Jack's for over 40 40 years, raised her family right there at Jack's. And she was such a hard-working little grandma lady. So when we went to leave, when she came over to bring us our ticket, we gave her $100 bill. She said, "Oh, honey, I can't break that." I said, "That's for your Christmas present." And she was so happy. Remind me of my mama. Well, the little birds are out there. Oh, it's so beautiful to see. There's so many beautiful birds on the rail. We put food along the railing, and they just fly, and they have to watch out for the cat. But the cat's in the bed on the back of the Harley. My cat sleeps on the Harley. So the little bird flips down there, grabs him a piece of food, and flitters back up on the limb over there and eats it. And then just one after another, they line up there. Little birds have learned how to survive amongst the other species. They do real good out there. We got a lot of cardinals. We have a bird called the indigo bunting. Beautiful bluebird. I may be talking to myself, but there doesn't appear to be anybody in here. Yeah, it may be, this might be, oh, I see one more showed back up. It ain't the size of your crowd that counts. It's the size of the heart of those that are here. Well, I wish I had some music to play. I don't think you can play music. Oh, I don't know if you can play 1 minute of music. There may be music on here. I don't know. Have like a musical interlude. I woke up feeling this morning so optimistic about life itself. I woke up feeling like, oh my God, this is going to be a great day. Then I told Angelique we were going to go to Danville, and she was so excited because she likes to go to Danville, even though it's a long ride up there. Her and I, we went up on the Harley back in the fall, and you have to ride a long ways on a dirt road, off the main road onto a dirt road, and it was muddy that day. It had been raining real hard, and the road had little rub boards in it like this. And man, I'm telling you, when we got up there, her legs, all that, mud and stuff come up off the road. The whole bottom of the bike was all gray because they put a kind of a limestone gravel on the road, and it just turns everything gray. And the whole back end of the Harley, the track was all covered in white looking, gray looking silt. When we got it home, we had to wash that baby down. Now, I don't think lime is all that good on it's not as alcohol, it doesn't have near the nothing like getting salt on it, but I believe if you leave it long enough, that lime will help to cause things to corrode. That's just my opinion. signal may be gone. I guess I could turn it over there on the TV and see if I still have a signal. I don't even know. Well, it looks like I'm connected over there. Fridays have always been so special. I love Fridays. I love the weekends. Every day is like a weekend of me. But you never get rid of that feeling of weekend. Um, I really did like it when I was a young working man. Hey, Quick Shoe, how you doing, buddy? I saw you earlier over there on the morning coffee show, and this is a TGI show. If you still hold the tradition of TGIF, um, you never get rid of that. If you're a working stiff, you look forward. In fact, we used to start celebrating on Thursday, knowing that all we had to do is get through one more day and it would be party time again. That's probably the reason I'm old and wore out, is because of all them parties. We had a lot of parties. Oh man, have a safe ride, buddy. Have a safe ride. Yeah, I used to go to Cornelius, North Carolina. I was associated with the number 55 Napa car NASCAR. That was Michael Waltrip when he had his company, when he was not only a driver but a company owner of the number 55 car, now the Napa car, auto parts car. We used to go out, we went up there and spent a week with him and his crew. We took a whole crew up there. There was like 7 of my crew, there was 7 of us in my crew, went up and joined his crew. And hello, 2-4. We're not going to be here long. We're going to we got a 44-mile drive up to Danville to go have lunch. And we love to go up there. If you ever come to Alabama, go up there it's a good little place in the woods. There's no other business nowhere around. You have to drive on a dirt road to get there. There ain't nothing out there but that restaurant. There's a sawmill there that makes little houses. They make those little Amish houses, those little houses you can live in. I went up to see Darrell Waltrip. See, I was a guest of Michael Waltrip's for a week, but Darrell's office was in Michael Waltrip's factory where they did all the number 55 car. And Darrell had an office up there. And I went up there because I had a book and I had so many requests for signatures from, autographs from Darrell Waltrip. I remember Darrell when he started. I mean, at my age, I remember when everybody started. But I remember when Darrell Waltrip, he made the scene, and he was always laughing and happy, and he brought a little different atmosphere into NASCAR. He was most welcomed at that point in time. His brother Michael was more of a showman, and he had some issues in his life that, well, didn't go in his favor, but a lot of times you bring things on yourself. I know I did. I mean, I'm not without my shadows in the closet with things that I brought on myself. I got when I go over there now, they've been waiting on my seat. What's been happening. Um, it's hard to get the leather and stuff of this seat for my Ultra Classic. It's got the gel sail, things the factory didn't put in it. And they said they're going to call me every day. I expect every day they're going to call me. But when I get my seat and my new grips, my handlebar grips, we're going to put tires on it, Dunlop tires on the track. I think it's over $1,000 for the tires for the tires. You got to install them. So I think they get the little Harley shop where I go to, they get about $90 an hour, I believe, for their labor. So they're the cheapest in town. What tire did you get for your 2.4? What did you get? Did you place it with a Dunlop tire, or what did you get? Yeah, good tires. We're going back with Dunlops as well. Let me tell you what happened to me on my other bike. I wanted to put new tires on my other trike, and so they didn't have for the front tire. They didn't have the Dunlop in that side. They didn't have it available, so they put a Michelin on there. And that Michelin did not have nowhere the riding quality of that Dunlop. I'm talking about on the track application, because on a track you're always working the front handlebars. You have to work it. You don't lean this way and do this kind of stuff. So you're putting a lot of load onto that tire, and that Michelin would skid, it would slide, and that Dunlop wouldn't. I haven't had experience with a Commander 3, but I know what they put on my on the track. Now on the back I had 12-inch wide hand cooked tires, though I had the R-rated or Z-rated, 12-inch wide. What was it? 305 something. They're big. They're a pretty good sized tire in the back, and 15-inch big hand cooked tires on it. And now them things had grip. That was like a tractor when you drove that thing. It had good grip. The guy I sold it to, I showed him how to do a wheelie on the track. I showed him how much grip these things got. You could get to rolling, you lift it up, and that thing, it was so predictable. You didn't have to worry about the wheels slipping. It was just a solid footprint. But I was in my 80s then. If I was younger, I would have probably did a one-wheel front end and a rear wheel lift. That used to be a lot of fun. Hey, Motorbomb. On all the old rice burners, you could come up and be really impressive. You get heavy on them twin disc brakes up there in the front. That ass end would come up and you'd bring it almost vertical and then slowly release the brake, let the back end drop down onto the pavement. I did that at Whiteman Air Force Base, and I did not know when I was doing this, there was two airmen in a Dodge pickup truck, APs, was sitting over there, and they saw me doing the front wheel slide and lift the back end up. And well, they come running over there. But while they was over there seeing me, I also showed the boy how to do a burnout on that rice burner. How to bring up the RPMs and get the tire sizzling and then just let it slide. And well, about the time AP got over there, we were standing there talking. There was still a little bit of smoke lingering in the air from the wheel spinning. And they come driving up where I was at with the lights on. Whoop, 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 whoop. because it's against the law to speed, and exhibition of speed on the base was forbidden. So we were sitting there talking. On both of us had bikes, and the APs want to know which one of us did the burnout. I go, what burnout are you talking about? And the black strip of rubber led right to my bike. Well, what are you talking about? See, the boy I was standing next to, he was an airman. They had more power over him. They couldn't touch me other than they could evict me from the base. They could take my GSA housing away from me, and they could ban me from coming in, or maybe do something to me that way, but they couldn't. That poor little airman over there, but when they saw the strip of rubber, it came up to me, they decided that, well, as long as it don't happen again. And that was good. We never did do it again. Desert Outlaw, hello, buddy. Hello, hello, hello. Well, I come on this morning. I went on your coffee show this morning. You had a good little turnout. I had to text. I didn't have enough internet, and I thought my internet was going away a while ago, but it looked like it's still running. See, my mesh, the little dish over there, it shows that light goes to yellow and then it goes to red. When it's on yellow, it means they've reduced from 1080p down to 720p. In other words, very weak signal. And when it goes red, I don't have a signal. So I always like to try to turn it off before it goes red, because if I turn everything off quick enough, if she's in there watching a movie on using Wi-Fi to watch a movie, when it goes yellow, if I turn my system off, that allows her to finish seeing her movie. But if it goes to red, we're all dead. It shuts everything down. I know it's an alien. Y'all say, what the hell is he talking about? Because y'all don't never have to experience anything like that, but thank God you don't. I watched Dave's movies this morning. He is doing such a good job. I watched his editing, how it has improved so much, how he's blending from one scene into another scene and fade from one set of seascape to a mountainscape, wooded trees, long stretches of nothing. Just you get it like a buffet of landscapes with Dave, the way he's doing it. He is coming along he's doing so good on his editing on his videos and stuff. I watched 2 of his movies this morning. I watched Oz over there in Australia. He was the leader of the pack. And I wrote him a little text this morning. I said, are you the leader of the Rowdy Roos? The Rowdy Roos, they run roughshod over Australia, the Rowdy Roos. He was having fun with his posse. I'm glad Robert ain't in here, because when I was talking about the posse, I'm sure he would have thought I was saying something else. Moto, I wish you could go to lunch with me today. You would enjoy going to Danville. You can look at that when you get a chance someday, and look up the Old Cook Stove. The Old Cook Stove. It's a restaurant owned by the Amish or the Mennonites in Danville, Alabama. And when you go up there, it is a godly experience. The people are so clean that serves you the food. All the food is made on the farm. All the beef and the pork comes right from the farm. All the hams, the barbecued stuff, all that, all the cakes, all the pies are made right there at that restaurant. And it's sitting out in the woods all by itself. There's not another business around there. Not a flower shop or nothing. Just out in the woods. The only thing closest to it is a sawmill where they make little Amish houses, small houses for people, little barns that look like little houses. Yeah, I watched him on the big TV, Dave on the big TV, and his bike looks so good. He's proud of that bike, man. He's got that, the way his Harley lays out, he's got a rack way back towards the back, and it's got sort of a kind of a horizontal mounting bracket. It looks like a little bit like you remember the sissy bars we had? And I think it sort of represents that era of sissy bars, but up at the top of it is the metal bars where you can put stuff on it. It's just ideal for he loads his luggage and all that stuff back there, and it really looks good. He had a great year. 2024 was so good. His family grew, and it was so good yesterday to be able to, for just briefly, chat with OC. I let him know that the world was praying for him. That's got to be a really a warm feeling, knowing that people from different denominations, different beliefs, different skin color would come together and pray for a man for his health and his well-being. Pray for his business, pray for his success. That's got to be a good feeling. Well, y'all heard the train just pulled into the station there. It's 11:01 now. It comes in and brings my email every day. I get email every hour. You got mail. I like that. I'm looking over. I got 3 visitors and 3 thumbs up. It don't get no better than that. Oh, you picked up 2-4. You just picked up a new tire. Are you going to put it on yourself? You probably have the tools and can do that. I have to have mine hire somebody to put my tires on. I just don't have I have the knowledge, and anybody can look up on YouTube on how to do it, and I have the tools, but I just don't have the stamina for jacking the bike up and getting down on the ground. I can get down on the ground. Hell, it's easy to get down on the ground. It's the getting up. When you get to be an old guy, your legs become gimpy. You got, let's see if I can get over here. I'll slide right around over here. That's the wrong way. You get them little gimpy legs. Look at them little gimpy legs. Oh, them little gimpy legs. You got them little spider legs. I used to have big old calves like that, and I used to impress the women. I could raise my toe up in the front and make that big muscle in the calf of your leg there swell up. And you like when you had guns, you boys have still got guns, but when I was young, having a set of guns on you, man, you could make a big turd come up on your arm. That was so important. Here you was flexing them arm muscles and showing them calf muscles, and they was only interested in one muscle. That was the only one they was interested in. They also liked the guy that had a lot of muscle up here. I admit, I lost quite a bit of weight myself, muscle mass. The reason, when I broke my leg, both bones, I I had physical therapy for like 6 months trying to get my leg built back up. See, that was the second time that leg had been broken. Actually, it was the third time. I broke both of the bones before in a pretty bad accident, and then I broke them recently. But I broke my femur in 1986. Well, no, I'm sorry, 1985. And the femur don't heal as well. Um, it got so bad that here in Alabama, I moved to Alabama to go have surgery on my leg. They was going to do surgery on me. My sister Joyce was with me when they discovered I had cancer in my femur. And so they wanted to do the cancer surgery in the University of Washington, up at the hospital at the university place in Seattle. And we thought about the 1 year of recovery. So we contacted Dr. Jaffe at UAB, and he asked me to send all the MRIs and all that stuff down there. And we sent the folder down, and he said, we can do the job. And so Ruth and I decided to come to Alabama. And so we got this place here. This is an old family place, but we got a chance to get a little segment of it. And we come down here for the purpose of having my leg operated on. Over here on this leg right here, the femur, the cancer is about right here on my leg, about right in here. Oh, I don't know if you can see it right here. There you go. Cancer is about right here. And the femur, right in here. So they was going to cut my leg off right here. They were going to cut it off right around here, cut the femur off. They was going to put a whole new knee. It wasn't a knee replacement because my knee was in good shape. But he was going to cut above the cancer, make a titanium joint, and then a new knee and all that stuff right here at UAB. $500,000 worth of surgery and a year of recovery. So we come to Alabama prepared for a year struggle. Get down here, and Dr. Jaffe, UAB is one of the foremost hospitals in the southeastern United States. They have cutting edge technology. And he said, we got to looking at your MRI, and it said your MRI shows you got a 2¼ inch mass in your femur. But he said, we've got a new device that actually measures the temperature of the growth of the mass. And he said, if we know what the temperature is, we know the areas that it's eroding away the bone from the inside. So we need to do this. So I went over there and they did all this new electronic MRI imaging in 3D. And they called me back in a week. I go up there and he said, man, we really got some good news for you. He said, the MRI shows the 2¼ inch tumor in your leg is 3/4 of it is benign. Only about 1/8 of an inch on the end is the only part of the tumor that is active. And he said, we've got several directions we can go in, but he said, we're going to take a less invasive approach to it. And so we did. We followed all the things we had to do for about a year. Still got my leg. I didn't have to go through a $500,000 surgery. Wouldn't be out of my pocket. It was Blue Cross Blue Shield. They paid for everything. They would have. We're thankful. And I really attributed this to a guy that had a radio show, and he was talking about taking nutritional vitamins to build your immunity system up. And he talked about Ester C. He's gone now. He passed on. But the Ester C, I began to take them religiously. And I believed it helped to help me in the to stop the growth of the cancer inside my femur. So we conquered that little deal, and a few years later, I had colon cancer. I go, hell, you're going to kill me anyhow. I don't give a damn what I try to do. You're going to take me out, ain't you? And somehow we survived that. I made a video on my 5th year of surviving colon cancer out here in the rose garden, right behind me, in the rose garden, drinking rum and jalapeno and eating jalapeno peppers and drinking rum. Life is good, man. Live while you're alive, while you can tell the story. See, if you don't tell your story, there's going to be somebody that's going to tell your story, and it's not going to be exactly your story. It's going to be, I remember a guy told me a story about a guy that he knew that lived next door to a man that knew a fellow a long time ago, and this is a story he told him. Ain't the same story. You want to stay alive and live so you can tell your story. Now, was that story about the cancer in my leg worth anything? Hell no. It was pretty valuable to me, but because you can't predict things like that, how it's going to happen, how it's going to be. My advice always is listen to your doctor and follow up on the different procedures. And that's what we did. That was just my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh my God, my crowd is going away on me. Let me see. I gotta maybe tell something good, make people happy. What can I think about that was going to make somebody happy? I don't have anything to give away. I would give anything I have here, send out everything, whatever I got left. So I can sit on TV in my older years, in my declining years, and watch people open their email. I got mail. Whoa, look here, what I got from old Mack. I just don't have anything left. That's worth nobody wants it. Got a wall, Harley sign on the wall. Got my honorable discharge on the wall. My history at the Boeing Company, all the crafts and everything I was involved in right there. Got a picture of me flying above I was in a 737 above, I was at 44,000 feet in a 737, 44,000 feet above Chicago, and above a tornado. The tornado is right down below me. I took the picture out the window, right behind the engine, and the tornado is right down below me. Killed a lot of people in Chicago, but I got the picture. Well, I hear her staring around in there. I think she's probably getting ready to go. I told her that I wouldn't stay on long. I didn't even know if my computer my Wi-Fi let me stay on. We'll do an hour. We're at 50 minutes. I've got 11 more minutes. We'll stay on 11 more minutes. Anybody got anything they want to say, anything they want to add? Tell me about your weekend. I know Quick Shoe, what he's doing. I know Desert Outlaw is going to, not Desert Outlaw, but 2-4 is going to be putting on a new tire. Well, we're all going to be old. And what I'm saying is, share some of those moments that you had in life when you was all alone and did things that's worth sharing. Share it with people, places you've been, things you've seen. I have been referred to as being Forrest Gump of the internet because I got to meet some really wonderful people. I met General Dwight D. Eisenhower. Now y'all say, who in the hell's that? Eisenhower was your president, but I met him before he was president. I got to meet George Wallace, the governor of Alabama. I met him in person, shook his hand, not at a political rally. We were in Merced, California. George Wallace from Alabama, the governor of Alabama, was in Merced, California at Castle Air Force Base, and he come to visit the wounded Vietnam veterans, wounded Vietnam people. My cousin just got his legs blown off in Vietnam, and I was there with my cousin, and George Wallace came in and got to meet my cousin from Alabama. And that was a really nice experience. He didn't come as a governor. He come as a concerned citizen, concerned about our American vets, the ones that suffered so much for the flag. The flag. Okay, I can't get my hand. Can't get the right hand. Oh, there it is, right there. Everything's backwards. Yeah, I got to meet him again in Seattle. He wasn't for everyone, but he had his good intentions, and he was just part of history. All of them played a part in history. Yeah, I got to meet some really good people in my lifetime. He was another great general that was over the Strategic Air Command. He was my boss in a roundabout way. I worked for him. His name was Curtis LeMay. General Curtis LeMay. You sat down across the table from him, and he was just like any good old boy you'd run across. I met him in Appleton City. I got to meet, I met him probably more than one occasion. We were in a brand new development of the Minuteman III. It was a new thing that was doing. And he was retiring. He had already, in fact, when I met him, he had already retired. But he wanted to come out and come into the field where we was at. It's like shaking hands with the workers that give you the security blanket that you sleep under every night, the ICBMs. And he came out and visited every site, including mine. He brought a bunch of generals with him now. I mean, he was the head of Strategic Air Command when I went into the field. But when he retired, they gave him a year-long tour of all the facilities. So he got to see what's going on in the field. Great guy. I mean, he was a heavy-duty cigar smoking guy. Curtis LeMay was. He had them little fat plump lips, and that always had a big stogie in his mouth, just smoking and chewing. He brought out a General Maxwell. General Maxwell was over Whiteman Air Force Base. He was the ranking officer there. They was making a transition. And General Maxwell, when he came on board, he had to come out and meet all of us. Now, Maxwell is nobody of any historical value. He was another general. But he was really a good human being. Quick Shoe, how old of a guy are you? I don't usually ask because it doesn't matter, but it would kind of give me a point in time. I can tell you where I was at when you was born, unless you're older than me, and I don't think that'd be the case. But what is your age, if you don't mind saying so? You tell me your age, and I'll tell you what I was doing when you was born. "65 years ago." That'd been somewhere in the, let's see, that'd be in the 50s, March the 2nd. Yeah, that'd be somewhere probably late 50s. Um, I went into the Army in 1958, August of 58. That's where life really started right there for me. From the age of, from the year of 1956. Oh, 60. I was pretty close. I could have take 65, 5 from 25. You can see it comes up. I just didn't do the math. The year 2025. So 1960, I knew it'd be late, and I looked up there and saw the 5, and I should have surmised it would have been on 0. 1960, we had a lot of good things happening. I didn't get married until, I believe, 62. Yeah, somewhere around 62. I was 22. And I was, at that time, I was a heavy equipment operator. And by the time I got married, 62, I was driving a Caterpillar tractor for a company called Spreckle Sugar Company. They're in Mendota, California. And then I started driving over the road in 62, started hauling cottonseed over the road. I'd haul from Fireball, California to Manteca up by Sacramento. They had a place up there where they processed the cottonseed into oil. They made cottonseed oil. Then I started hauling lumber. I made my way all the way up to the Pacific Northwest, and we were hauling lumber from Lewiston, Idaho to Mesa, Washington. I would haul a load a day of dress lumber, finished lumber. I used to go up to the kiln, where they would load me finished wood, hardest load you ever hauled in your life. We'd bring out over 100,000 pounds of wood, 50 tons or more, and you could chain it. You could put every binder you had on it, and that dressed finished wood would just slide in and out, and no matter what you did to it. We'd haul it out, and when it would come out of the kiln, which was over 6,000 feet in elevation, up above Lewiston, Idaho, we would come out and we had 55-gallon drums of like a glycol mix, like a antifreeze mix in water. And when you applied your brakes, when the vacuum would come on the little sprayer, when there was what's called a thermal coupler, a little sprayer would allow the water to flow onto the backside of the brake shoes, not the shoes themselves, but the brake drums. Oh man, I saw you talking about that. Going to Pancho's. We are big Mexican eaters here. We eat a lot of. Well, I mentioned my lady friend. She took me to Mexico. She took me way down in Mexico. She could speak the language fluently, and so she would always get us the best kind of food to eat and all that kind of stuff. We had a good time. Only one time we ever had any trouble in Mexico was my brother-in-law to be. He wasn't my brother-in-law at the time. He ended up putting in the hole. We was 100 miles down in Mexico, down there past the Padres Negras, or Eagles Pass on the American side. We was 100 miles south of Padres Negras, and he got put in the hole for being intoxicated. Oh, we had a good life, man. Go enjoy your lunch. I promise y'all I wouldn't keep you more than an hour. I've been at it for 1 hour and 1 minute. And I'm wishing each and every one of you a good TGIF. Enjoy your life. I want you to be around a long time. I don't want to talk about a guy I once knew. I want to talk about the wonderful things you did while you was alive, and so I can share it with others later, because I intend to outlive you. And that's a fact, because I live every day. With that, let me say God bless you. You guys have a great Friday. I look forward to our next little get together. Bye-bye.